3-0 win on the first day of the season. You must be delighted with that. A great start.
Yeah, absolutely great. 3 great goals, one from Nara and Nosworthy, one from Morgan and one from Creswell. Great performance.
The return of Paddy Kenny next week. Obviously that'll get the atmosphere going, but you're hoping your boys can carry on from where they left off today.
Yeah, I think they'll do absolutely fine next week against Blackpool, not Blackpool. QPR. Yeah, I think we'll do fine. Hopefully, same performance again.
Look, on the back of your first win, the new boys have all settled in now.
Yeah, I think
looking for a good unbeaten start.
They played great pre-season, good performances. Hope they can do the same through the rest of the season.
And are you still on the lookout for a couple of new signings, perhaps?
Yeah, perhaps in January. A few more players, maybe a couple of strikers, midfielders. Never know.
Kevin, a 3-0 victory to start with. You must be delighted with that.
Oh, Brian, over the moon.
Richard Creswell led the line well today, bagged 2 goals, but overall it was a good, solid performance from the back.
Well, it would have been a hat-trick if it hadn't been denied that one that went over the line. We know this technology needs to come in.
Is that something you would advocate then? I know you mentioned it last season.
Definitely, we need this goal line technology. Proved it in the World Cup, proved it again today.
Looking ahead to Wednesday night, Hartlepool in the Carling Cup, a chance to maybe give a few more members of the squad some match time, but a game you'll certainly be looking to win.
We'll have to see, get some youngsters in maybe, get some youngsters to have a run out.
Looking ahead to Saturday, the big one, Neil Warnock returns and Paddy Kenny this year. You'll be hoping to keep your players focused fully on the game though.
And we expect a lot from the 12th man.
Is it fair to say, we'll start off with the talking point of the game, fair to the red card cost you today?
I think so, yes. I think the referee's not seen that, has he? If he's seen it properly, I don't think he'd give it. So, no, disgusted as usual, but I won't say anything, I don't want to get fined.
Did you or any of the staff on the bench have a clear view of it?
Well, you always do from the bench, don't you? I think you see everything from the bench, but the referees never seem to when they're up with play, so I won't say any more than that.
Moving on then, it's fair to say you'll be looking to making an appeal against it?
Absolutely, yes, I think so, yes, but I can't afford any fines because I've spent them all on Kozluk's wages, so...
Looking ahead before the transfer window shuts, you're still after 1 or 2 players perhaps?
Well, I'm hoping for another 17 or 18 loan players like last season, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. We've got plenty of irons in the fire.
Kevin, 3-0 win the first day of the season, a tough place to come, Cardiff, must be delighted.
Yeah, I thought we were on top throughout actually. I thought 3-0 didn't flatter us at all. I thought 2-0 at half time, it was dead easy in the second half. You know, we just sort of made 3 substitutions after 65 minutes, 3-0, no problems. Despite
being a good, fluent performance going forward, credit must be given to the defence for weathering the early storm, and probably a special mention, I'm guessing, for Richard Creswell following his 2 goals.
Well, I've never had any doubts about Richard Creswell's sort of defensive attitude. It's been really good. I can make special mention of Chris Morgan as well. Skipper led by example today, fantastic.
Looking ahead to Wednesday, the Carling Cup, Hartlepool away, maybe a chance to give a few of the younger lads a game after they impressed in pre-season, but a game with the key emphasis will still be on winning.
Well, obviously we try and win every game. We'll do exactly the same on Wednesday, but we'll probably take a few young lads, yeah, give 1 or 2 people a rest from early in the season from today.
You've still got a few trialists up at Shirecliffe, a Spanish defender, a French midfielder, a Belgian forward. How are they progressing?
Okay, it's a bit early to say yet. Probably give them another week or 2 to be fair. We'll see how it goes. I think it's a bit early to say.
And I know you've recently secured the service of Nara and Nosworthy, but defence is still a priority as you look to bolster the squad before the end of the transfer window?
Well, I think we need a couple of full-backs still really. We're probably good enough in the central defensive areas, but probably need 1 or 2 more full-backs, yeah, so defensive.
Finish off looking into the first league game at Bramall Lane, a big crowd, big day, the return of Neil Warnock and Paddy Kenny, a game you're looking forward to?
Is that the one? Right, okay. Yes, absolutely, definitely, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. It's always a big occasion when Neil comes back. We're no different. Hopefully there'll be 25,000 plus crowd. So hope you make a lot of noise. Hope they all make a lot of noise for us.
3-0 win, Kevin, opening day of the season at Cardiff. Must be delighted with that.
Very much so, yes. Good performance from the lads. New signings knitted in well. Good travelling support. Worked hard in pre-season, so everything we'd worked on, so far so good. Can't complain. Good start to the season.
Like you say, a good all-round team performance.
Yeah.
Cresswell's 2 goals must go down as a great start, and looking to build on that now.
Took them well. Good work from the defence, solid back line, but midfield worked hard, created chances, and Cresswell, as you say, took his 2 goals well.
Looking ahead to Wednesday now, the Carling Cup, first round. We're looking for a good cup run and maybe a chance to give a few of the youngsters a run.
Very much so. We're looking at trying to knit a few of the youngsters into the squad, but it's a potential banana skin as well. That sort of first round of the League Cup, first couple of weeks of the season, they'll be up for it. So yeah, as I say, but looking to build on today's performance with another positive one on Wednesday night.
I understand you're still very active, looking at the transfer market, looking for that elusive defender or two that you've been rumoured to be chasing. Yes.
Like I said, he's got some irons in the fire. It's difficult, even at this stage of the season, to there's lots of teams out there trying to sign the Bosman free players. As you know, there's we're trying to work within our means at the club, but as I say, it's still looking to bring 1 or 2 new faces to bolster the squad.
The experienced core you've got to the squad though, and the recent addition of Aaron knows where they open, the type of players that you've already signed will attract more personnel to the club. Yeah,
I mean, he seemed he was keen to come. Premiership experience, like I say, we had him on loan last season, so hopefully, others can look at the signing of someone such as Nairn to say, hey, he's made the drop down. As I say, we're a big club. People talk about us far and wide, so as I say, hopefully bring in a few more faces.
And looking ahead to the first home game of the season, always a big day at Bramall Lane and the return of 2 familiar faces.
Yes, it'll be an interesting one with the return of Neil and Paddy. But as I say, we've got to focus, purely on our own game and look at getting 3 points for ourselves. It'd be nice to have them back, but as I say, it's something that we need to focus on ourselves.
Will that be the key emphasis that you get through to the players in training over the next week, so that it's about our performance?
It is, yes. Yeah, very much so. As I say, focusing on our own game. Like I said, building on today's performance and moving forward. Like I say, it won't be an easy game. We know what Neil's teams are like, but like I said, they've made some good signings in the summer. They'll be keen to impress. But as I say, we've just got to focus on our own game, moving forward. Moving forward into to start the season.
On what grounds do you justify bringing Rob Kozlov back, given that really he'd reached the end of what we could do with him 2 seasons ago? Don't you think that's a backward step?
Some fans may see it that way, but we've looked at him in training. He's worked hard pre-season. We're looking just to bolster the squad a little bit more with a bit more experience. I take your point on board. With obviously, he moved on to Barnsley and they've subsequently released him. But as I say, we feel he's got a lot to offer at the club in terms of that experience. Hopefully, bring on a few of the younger defenders. Working with them. Working with those in training. Hopefully, pass on his experience. But I feel that he's a useful addition to the squad.